Welcome to the GRT Podcast. We've been out for a while due to COVID. We didn't want to put nobody at risk, whatnot. We just basically here to reintroduce ourselves, what the Gentleman's Roundtable is about. Shout out to all our new members, man. We really appreciate y'all. Welcome to the Brotherhood. It's going to be lit, as the youngster said. I think you'll really enjoy it.
What you say?
It's going to be lit.
It's gonna be a lituation, huh?
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah.
so just to reiterate what the Gentleman's Roundtable is about, man, because like I say, the Gentleman's Roundtable is not for every man. The group is basically for African American males, but even amongst our own people, the group is not for everybody. So it is what it is, but I'm gonna tell you the main thing about the group, we all about uplifting men. We trying to make them better fathers, brothers, husbands, friends, fiancés. You know, we here to make sure the man is in his headspace is clear and he in a good place. You know what I'm saying? I call and check on these guys on a regular just to see how they week went. If I ain't talked to them in a while, just to check on them, make sure they straight. And that's what it's all about, just uplifting the brother. Because in the council culture of black males, they need somebody to go to. You know what I'm saying? This group was all started back because I was working one day in my office and realized that 95% of my clients, when I was doing credit repair, was women. Need your credit done, MDS credit done. Hit me up. But 95% of it was women, so I had to evaluate myself like, hey, what are the guys doing? What are the men doing? So I had to really break down my own life and figure it out. And what I came to the conclusion is men really don't have no one to talk to. Express our emotions, feelings, what we're going through, and all of that. So I talked to my wife. I said, hey, got this idea. Let me run it by you. What you think about it? She said, cool, I like it. I said, cool, I'm thinking about starting next month. She said, hey, you can start it next week. It was Thursday. She wanted me to start it on Saturday. So needless to say, we got it done, and ever since, man, we 4 years in, got a great group of guys, great group of guys. So they all supportive of each other, and when I say it's a brotherhood like no other, it's a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? So let me just tell you a little bit about the GRT. Like I said, we all about uplifting. A few of the things we normally do, we do a lot of stuff in the community, you know what I'm saying? We go out, feed the homeless, dress the homeless. We go down and talk to the homeless. We don't go down there and just, we got all these shoes and shirts. Who wants some? No. We go down there and physically mingle with them, talk to them, see what they want, what they need. Because they still human, and they tell us what they want. They tell us what they need. So we collect that stuff and go down there. One young lady we talked to, she said, hey, listen, the only thing I can tell you when you come down here, can y'all just please, since y'all a men's group, just be organized. We went down there very organized. That lady showed up. She was very appreciative. A lot of y'all need to go down there with the homies. Y'all learn something. Those people are so humble and appreciative of everything. They really appreciate us down there. We do the back-to-school drive every year. What we learned our first year on the back-to-school drive, sitting on a corner is ineffective. That's not the way to roll. So what we decided to do our second year was we had teachers email us on why we should pick their school. Needless to say, we schooled in Fort Worth, we picked them because the teacher gave us her address. That's why we went with them. Showed up, 20 guys. We had 30,000 pieces of school equipment. Principal came out, broke down, started crying. She said, hey, listen, some of these kids don't even have what they need now. All y'all out here doing these back-to-school drives, let me put y'all on some game. Stop trying to service community and service one school. If the school got 1,500 kids, you know you service 1,500 kids. And that's the approach we took, and we was able to, take care of a whole school. We know the supplies are used well. They put them in the storage. We was good. She told us we have open access to the school because the school needed men in it. The first school that ever invited us into a school. Everything else, we have break down walls and barriers to get black men into the schools. like it's a goddamn World War II going on. But this lady invited us into the school anytime we wanted to. So that's one thing we do as well. Give a little sheet. We just came back 2 weeks ago for our annual Gentlemen's Roundtable and cabin trip. You want to speak on the cabin trip, Bill?
Y'all can't wait to talk about that. Y'all smiles already.
I mean, it's just one of those events where if you miss it, we can explain to you what you miss, but you're not gonna get it unless you're there. I mean, it's literally a group of men. We there. We're having a good time. We laughing. We talking. We crying because, you know, like he said, emotions because of what we talk about. But we do a lot of mingling. You know, we learn about each other. We learn about things, and we meet each other that to certain points, and we find out about things about each other that we didn't know. You know, like I said, we learn a lot of stuff. We talk about everything, and you know, as a man, for one of the most important things is we eat really, really good. Like, I mean, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I mean, you would think if you saw the food, most of the time you would think that we had it catered or we had, you know, a group of women cooking for us. Nope, all men. And I mean, the food is. That was the first time I had stuff. Was it hens? It was
Cornish hen.
Cornish hen. That,
Man, I missed out on that one.
I never had.
I'll tell you something. Boy, I told that up. Yeah, cook them greens and cornbread with
and
it.
then
deviled eggs.
Deuce had his beans. Them beans he had.
Hobo beans.
The hobo beans.
Yeah, hobo.
And then you said greens. We had frog legs.
Potato salad.
We had fried frog legs.
German chocolate cake.
And let me tell you, shout out to my boy Corey Hall. That fool grilled some fucking neck bones, money.
Wait, you mean he put the neck bones on top of the grill?
I had never had no grilled neck bones.
I ain't never heard of that, man.
Well, let me tell you something. The Louisiana sauce, boy, them greens, I told them up, dog. That's my first time having them. Yeah. I ain't know you can grill neck bones. That boy grilled some neck bones, dog.
Well, he went deep in the recipe book for that one, huh?
I mean, it was food all day. Like, we didn't shoot.
Let me tell you why I like the cabin trip every year. First week of April for the men. The cabin trip is similar to your marriage. And when I say that is, when you in a house with a man or a woman every day, you have to learn their habits, what they like, they dislikes, their temperatures. You have to learn all that stuff. And when we go to the cabin trip for 3 days, you're in a cabin with 18 guys where it's going to be some one-on-one conversations, deep conversations. Brothers have cried on the cabin trips, but it strengthens your relationship with that man. So that's what you want to gain from the cabin trip. I look forward to it every year. Hey, shout out to my wife. She don't really give me no pushback when I tell her we going there. So, hey, love that. We got May 7th is our next monthly meeting that we do every other month at the Smoking Jacket Cigar Lounge, 10 a.m. It's going to be our Mother's Day edition. We always do a Mother and Father's Day edition where we pretty much honor our mothers. We're going to probably do that every year until I can speak about my mom without crying. So that's going to be a great event. We got June 4th coming up, which is our year-end. It's going to be our yearly family crawfish bar. So all the men that's in the group, this is the one time you can bring your wife and kids to incorporate them into the round table and meet other families. It's a great event.
Great event.
I mean, I love it. I get to meet all the wives, the kids. My fondest memory is Tim Jackson's son, William. I never forget. It's going to always be my best memory for that. William, first time fishing, he caught a fish, pulled it out the water, laid it on the bank, and ran to tell his dad the fish about to flop back in the He was super excited. It was priceless, dog. But that's basically, you know, how the round table is and what I love about it. So I love that. Every Thanksgiving we do a turkey giveaway. We just linked up with a new group out of Houston called Real Men Talk. My boy Ray Hightower jumped on. I met him. Great guy. They got a great group going on down there, similar to the round table. We're going to end up connecting with them. And the most sought after event with the Gentleman's Round Table, our yearly dress up events. I don't know what it is about that, but yeah, I do. Guys don't dress up normally throughout the year. They not celebrated throughout the year. A yearly event is normally in November, December, where all the guys dress up. We celebrate all their accomplishments. Even if a brother have no accomplishment, we help him get to the next level going into the new year on how we can help him. Every guy dresses up. And for some reason, that event always yield anywhere from 50 to 100 guys. And we have a great time. Shout out to Michael's this year. We went to Michael's. They laid the red carpet out for us. We love how they handle their business with us. So, hey, man, I really, really appreciate them because they really showed us a lot of love. Shout out to my boy Mike, Big Mike, for putting the event on for us, man. You always come through every year for that year-end event. I mean, I got guys lined up already this year talking about they getting their suit ready. We just in April.
Yeah, that event, man. I missed last year, but I went the year before, and the year before was amazing. I mean, it's just like you said. Most men don't dress up that much during the year. Some men don't dress up at all during the year, and then for us to get together, like you said, almost 30 to between 30, 40, 50 guys, you know, coming in carloads to be, and it's not no regular dress up. This isn't no just regular khakis and a button up shirt. I mean, it's suit, tie, hat, you know, I mean, nice shoe. I mean, it's just socks to match. I mean, it's just, if you can.
That for real. Last year we had 76 members show up.
See, I mean, it's like, it's from head to toe, literally. It's, you dress to impress. And I mean, it's just, you mingling. You getting to know the brother next to you. You getting to know, you know, things about them and finding out more information. Like, I'm pretty sure if I see people with hats on, I'm bald-headed, so I'm always wearing a hat. I'm going to ask you, like, where you get the hat from? Because I want more hats. But that year-end event, man, it's something you can't even. It's something you got to go to it. You got to be a part of it.
Somebody on this live video tagged Cedric Bailey. That boy, I'm coming for your head this year. That goddamn boy was clean as shit. God damn, that boy had a.
It was open casket fresh.
Yeah,
huh?
I called a light pink suit jacket, but he didn't. Somebody corrected me. He said, "Nah, that's that color that Jay-Z had when he had to correct old boy that one time. I forgot what he called it. I said, oh, man.
Oh yeah, I remember he said this ain't pink.
Yeah, that's what he. That's
Almost
what
like this is salamander.
Let me tell you something.
With the lemon pepper.
Said a small guy, but boy, I'm gonna tell you something. He wore the shit out of that goddamn suit. I was clean myself, but I was kind of admiring him a little bit too, cause he was
Nothing wrong with that.
That boy showed, hey, not at all. I tell people all the time. If I see a nice, clean looking brother, trust me, his picture in my phone. Right, I'm still in that outfit. Yep. I'm still in that outfit. We ain't gonna look alike, we built different, but I'm still in that outfit. If I think it's clean, I got pictures of galore. I'm still in the outfit. Man, my wife love to go out, dress up. So hey, just give me a variety of things to do. So man, here, I am good. Can't wait till the end of the event, man.
It's gonna be good.
So fellas, get ready. May 7th, Smoking Jacket Cigar Lounge, 10 a.m. We're gonna have our monthly event. I'm gonna put it in the group and send out the invites, but most definitely get prepared because we're going to start taking up money for the family crawfish boil on June 4th. It's $50 per family. So if you got one kid and a wife, if you got a wife and 6 kids, it's still the same. It's $50 per family. We keep your money and spreadsheet on a once you pay, we put your head count on the spreadsheet, make sure we got enough food, which we never ran out.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
we ain't never ran out. It's a covered pavilion, so we don't worry about the sun and the rain like it rained on us last year. We had an alligator. We probably have a old school car show this year. We might even have some bikers I'm working on. But you can fish with the kids if you ain't never fished. I know Warren said he ain't never went fishing, so I'll probably bring one of my poles down there for him. But it's a great time, man. I look forward to always when I get a chance to meet the brothers. If you ain't doing nothing on Thursday nights, we meet at Blueprint Cigar Lounge over in Arlington, which is one of our members, Warren Jackson. Great brother, man. Let me tell you something. Smart as shit. I love him. And that's what we got going on. I also put it on your calendars, fellas. March Madness, we meet every year at Smoking Jacket Cigar Lounge. And I can guarantee you we had at least 100 members run through there this year. Mm-hmm. We had a 12 o'clock shift, bought food, guys came through. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, guys leaving out. Here come a new set of guys. We bought food again. 7 o'clock day, here come a new set of guys. We bought food 3 times one day, but everything was plentiful. We had a great time, as always. And every time we link up with the brothers, it's always a good time, man. Because, like I say, it ain't no hating shit going on. It's always just love and positivity. And it's always a brother looking to help another brother the way it should be. It shouldn't be none of that other bullshit, man. So, hey, I mean, I done ran through my list. So we're going to get to something else, and then we can discuss. You got something to say, Bill, before we get jumping?
I mean, like Fred said, and this is coming from, I'm probably one of the youngest members in the group. And for me, it's been a great experience to learn from these older guys, the single ones, the married ones. You know, regardless. It's always been really good to listen to their stories, to see how they've grown up, to compare it to how I've grown up, and to mix and match and just bond with these guys. And I'm always excited for every event. I'm always excited about just anything to do with GRT. Like Fred said, you know, if we haven't spoke to each other in a little while, he'll shoot me a little message or he'll call me and be like, hey, how you been? What's going on? You know, I'll check in with him and be like, hey, I've been MIA for a little bit. I'm good. You know, is there anything coming up? So that way I know, so we can kind of get involved with it. But, I mean, everybody's supportive. You know, it's always a good time. It's always a good thing, and I enjoy it. And I advise anybody that, you know, has the free time to make any of the events that, you know, he did offer up, to make them. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a good time. You're going to eat good. You're going to have a good time. You're just going to meet and make new friends and, you know, turn into brothers, like he said. So
that's it, man. Give a shout out to some of the people watching, man. Mac Payne, one of our most faithful members.
Big Mac.
Faithful member. Ray Hightower, guy I just met, man. Great guy. My beautiful wife, for sure. Sean King, one of my classmates, man. Miss Erica, very supportive. My cousin Quinn, he most definitely one of our big supporters. One of my cousins, happy birthday, Kenfolk. Marcella, appreciate you. Sylvia Tisdale, we appreciate you. Kim, one of my high school classmates. Big Lance, for sure. He most definitely one of our faithful members. Yep. He was at the cabin trip with us. Sean, met Sean over at Smoking Jacket, good guy. Joe Willette, been knowing her since the fucking living room days. That's so goddamn far-fetched. But she a great person. I've been knowing her personally as well. And big word, you got something?
Hey, I'm glad we back in the fold with the podcast. There's been people asking, and people definitely want to be on the show because it's a good time to express what's going on in our culture as far as black men's culture, and to learn something new and to get an understanding of how we can help or how we can be helped. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. Glad to know you two guys. Fred, of course, you know, put me on to this, and it changed my life in our first conversation, and he just opened my eyes to a lot of things. So if you ever get a chance to talk to any of these brothers in this GRT thing, shut up and listen. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, and that's what people, I want people to understand, like men, right? You don't have to be part of the group per se because you ain't never been around, but just come around and see if you like it. Like I say, the group ain't for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I can guarantee if you come around, you understand what the group is about.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be plugged in because, like I say, it's all about black men who uplift each other. Because we need a place to talk, be safe. When we have our meetings on Saturdays, we come in. Normally we would have breakfast and coffee, smoke cigars, have a drink, lock the doors, no cell phones. It's just a straight, intimate conversation that's in deep privacy. And we don't want nothing to get out of the room outside. We just want to have a safe place for men to be able to express themselves. Because a lot of times men don't have that. So we need that. So big word. Appreciate it, man, for putting us on with the podcast, man. I can't wait to knock out a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
We had a few things. You got a topic you want to speak on before I bring one up?
Nah, you go ahead and then
We was talking about the topics we were going to talk about, and Antoine brought up a good one. And he was talking about masculine men. How do we get men to stay masculine and get up on the food chain? When he said that, it brought me to two different thoughts in my brain, right? The Will Smith incident and the fucking Dwayne Wade incident. I mean, which one y'all want to talk about first?
So we can talk about Will because it's a little bit more recent.
Okay. So let me ask this before we get
Okay.
started. Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay. So we got a single guy's perspective, married guy's perspective. So you can get both sides of it. So go ahead, A-Bell, about the Will Smith.
So I understand that, Will has had a tough year with his wife Jada, with all of the
You can't get that off laughing, boy.
with all of the incidents that's happened. What was the word that they used?
Entanglement.
Entanglement.
That's right.
Which was some made up bullshit.
I mean, I was gonna throw in the whole situation with Steph Curry and his wife, but we can talk about that, after. Okay. But the thing with Will, for one, you should know that at these events that certain people or certain hosts, especially if they're a comedian, they're gonna make jokes. Am I right, or am I being far-fetched on this? Or like, I would just think that Chris Rock as a comedian is going to throw in a quick little joke here or there. My whole thing was that before Will got up, if you look, Will kind of laughed at it at first. And then when he looked at his wife and
she was laughing at first.
Yeah, and then when everybody was like really laughing, then her face changed. And then it was like, oh, y'all laughing too hard. And now I need to be defended. And so Will gets up and defends his wife, but it's like, why? Like, y'all were just laughing. It's a joke. Whether or not Chris Rock knew that was a serious medical condition for her or not, if you know Chris Rock, as I believe Will does, because they're in that type of that circle, that publicity or whatever, you should know that he's not making no ill intent. Like, if it's not an ill intent toward your wife, it's just a joke because we on national TV and this is just what we do, it shouldn't have been a big issue. Like, he shouldn't have went up there and did it, on my personal experience, in my opinion, But I guess it was a situation where the whole year he's been in a situation with his wife with the entanglement and whatever else you want to say with Will. I guess it might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, but I personally don't feel like he should have went up there and did what he did that way.
So he handled it wrong to you?
Personally, yeah, I feel like he handled it wrong.
Where you got one?
Yeah, hey, Bill, let me ride off that, bro. I agree. I believe Will had a temper tantrum, or, he did, the spotlight was on him, and he let his emotion he let his emotion make the decision for him, because logically, your emotions need to be just a feeling. Like, you might feel anger, but don't act off your emotions, because the logic will kick in, and then, he could have been in jail. He could have got charged. Anybody else would have been handcuffed and all that stuff. So, and that's the thing that I've been understanding, the difference between emotional thinkers and logical thinkers. And right there, the logic was to, okay, let me just chill and let you get your rocks off. No pun intended, but, that was a time where he could have, just said, all right, I'm going to get him in the back. Just speak on it. Let it address it, But to be macho and tough in front of his wife like that, because the emotions got the best of him, yeah, he messed up. And now he's dealing with what his emotional decision, whatever kind of ridicule, people not liking him as a fan or not being a fan anymore, he's dealing with that now. Or people just sending him hate stuff because of what he did emotionally. So, yeah, I agree. Defending your wife or not just was a wrong. I'm not opposed to what offended it, but just the timing.
Way he did it.
Yeah, the timing of it and the where he was at to do it in front of the America, because people were, oh my gosh, nah, man, come on,
That
bro.
was another thing too.
Come on, man, So that's my spiel on it.
Okay, cool. Hey, shout out to Larry that just joined, and DJ Thunder, one of my high school classmates. Let me undress this shit for y'all a little bit. I done thought this out a lot of ways. First of all you house Negroes out there, we ain't fucking counseling Will Smith. Okay? That's family shit. That's what we do sometimes. Sometimes you gotta slap a motherfucker in your family, just let them know it is what it is. Okay? But the whole thing goes back to masculinity, bro. That's where it all starts. You know what I'm saying? First of all, if me and my wife went through a situation, right, well, we separated for a little while, or whatever we did, open relationship, and you mess with August Alsina. Because I hear a lot of brothers, that's why I say, black men, you need to stay on fucking code. Talking about why he didn't slap August Alsina. Nigga, August Alsina fucked his wife. That ain't his fucking job to slap that man. That's Jada's job to check that shit and keep that shit under wraps. That is not Will's dealing. You don't go after another man for some shit he did with your fucking. That's her job to shut that shit down. If I went out and messed with another chick on my wife don't need to slap that chick. I should have handled that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's get away from that old clown ass shit that motherfuckers be trying to put on. But his situation started way back then, bro. He been going through shit left and right. Ain't nowhere in the hell my wife gonna get on no camera, red table with 1 million people watching, saying she fucked the motherfucker and why she did it. I'd have put her motherfucking head on that red table. You know what I'm saying? You got me fucked up. That's the first thing.
That's the first thing.
Because what we do in our house is our business. Ain't nobody gonna fix it but us. Mm-hmm. Everybody gonna have an opinion, but at the end of the day, they're gonna be gone by their goddamn business. We gotta fix this, right? That's where it all started. But when I think about Will, the first thing that came to my mind when he did that was the Tyrese situation. Bro, these brothers going through mental health issues, but they don't have nobody to talk to. And that's why the Gentleman's Roundtable was created. If Will had somebody, a group of men somewhere within his circle that'll check him about that shit he was doing, the shit Jada was doing, just like Tyrese. Bro, you don't run to the internet with your fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? You go to a mentor or somebody that can help you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit all really is like an entanglement, some bullshit. But with the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation, right? This is just from a married man perspective. And this is what I always tell people. Like, me and my wife had this conversation before, right? And I told my wife, I said, baby, listen, if you see me out and a guy get into it with me and we going back and forth or he says some sideways ass shit, please don't jump into that. That's some men shit. and it could end wrong. You know what I'm saying? It can go left, right? So when like Avell said, you got comedians running the Oscars. They joke and shit, but Will Smith and them shit wasn't a joke. Jada it's not no fucking medical condition. I done researched that shit too. She literally cut her hair off. They was laughing at the shit at first, right? Mm-hmm. The joke. And then Will looked at his wife and decided, hey, this nigga got me fucked up. I'm finna go defend my wife. And right then at that point in time, I told people, if Will wouldn't have said nothing, if he would have sat in his seat and said, hey man, cut that out, don't talk about my wife, that would have been perfectly okay. But the fact that he got up and went up there and slapped that motherfucker, that's perfectly okay too. Because whenever you disrespect a man's wife in any kind of way, he can be cool with it or it can be some repercussions behind it. And if you the one that's cracking the jokes or being disrespectful, you got to be ready for that war. You know what I'm saying? I always tell my wife, men kill you behind three things. They wife, kids, and money. So if you disrespect a man's wife, and then, like I said, I goes back to Jada as well, because she's not innocent in this situation. See, because when Will stood up, I done been in situations, bro, when I've been out with my wife, we was talking to a nigga, he said some slick shit, right? My wife understand her husband. She might have said, baby, everything is cool, because she knew I'm about to slap this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's knowing your husband, though, you know what I'm saying, and his trigger points. You know what I'm saying? My wife understand one thing I don't deal with is disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So Vel said some shit. Vel might be cool, don't know what's gonna happen, but my wife already on game on it. She, plenty of times, she didn't grab my hand and say, baby, it's all cool. Because she already knew when he said something and I didn't say nothing back and I got quiet, he's about to get his goddamn slap. I'm about to slap the shit out of him. She knew that. And she stepped in. And that's what Jada, her man got up, she did nothing. You could have diffused that whole situation just by saying, hey, listen, baby, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but a little joke. You know what I'm saying? But Will felt obligated to do something. And I don't even really think he was just defending Jada's honor, bro. I think he just got to a point where he dealing with mental issues that never been addressed so far-fetched that he feel like he had to react, like you said, where from an emotional standpoint and not a logical. Because I'm going to tell you, sitting there, even if I would have been in my mind thinking I want to slap Chris Rock, the first thing would have been in my mind, I got a new movie coming out, I'm worth $100 million, and my wife is right here that I got to support. All this shit could be gone just by slapping this mother. That's logical thinking. Emotional thinking is I'm finna run my ass up here and slap the shit out of this nigga, what you did.
Hold on, let me stop you there too, Fred, because I was thinking about that. You said he could have ran up there. He walked. So that you have time to think. That wasn't like a 2 steps to take. He had to literally walk to the path, up the stairs, down the little aisle, and get ready to cock slap that man.
Well, Rays don't see no boundary. It's just rage. You just read.
See, but at that point though, it's like
logic was thrown out the window at that point down where it was all emotional rage.
When he got up, logic was out.
It was out the point. The minute he stood up, logic was out. It was nothing but rage, and I gotta protect my wife.
That was a casual rage the way he walked up there.
Because you're right, he could have went up there and got right in his face and been like, you know what? Logic could have kicked in.
Yeah.
But logic never kicked in because when he got up, it was gone. Mm-hmm. He was thinking from an emotional standpoint, I'm about to walk up here, I'm going to slap this nigga and protect my wife's honor. And even after that, you know, just looking on social media, I don't know how true it is, she said she didn't need her honor defended.
That's what she said. That's what I heard. Allegedly.
And that's my point. And that goes back to the masculinity that Antonio was talking about, bro. Listen, as a man, you have to perform and always think on a logical point of view. You can't allow your emotions to take free and run wild. See, and this is what I always tell people, and I tell my wife this. Me and my wife be having conversations every day, drinking coffee and stuff. I try to break down a man anatomy, right? And I was telling her when I said, baby, this is what I need you to understand. Men are very barbaric creatures, which meaning we born without feelings and emotions and will kill your motherfucking ass on a dime of a heartbeat. No shit. That's why God said I need to bring a woman into it as a helpmate. Because when you have a woman, first of all, it's your mother, your wife, your girlfriend, they bring the softness out of you. They teach you, the caring, how to be passionate. And that's why it's critical to have both parents. The wife teaches you, your mother should have taught you how to be caring, how to have sympathy, how to be passionate. You know what I'm saying? She gets you out of that barbaric mind state where you have to think outside of barbaric mentality that men are grown with. You know what I'm saying? Every man is grown with barbaric mentality. We learn that. I can show you a guy that's very barbaric, don't have no emotions. A lot of times his mother wasn't in the picture because he's thinking from a man's perspective, logical. You know what I'm saying? Everything is logical. He don't know how to be sympathetic. He don't know how to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to do X, Y, Z that a woman's brings to the picture. So he operate on a totally different frequency than a man who has a mother in there. You know what I'm saying? My mother taught us all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my father's in the house too. He's taught us a logical part of it. To this day, I can tell you, I remember something my dad had told me and my brother when we was 5, 6 years old, because he was a street guy till he turned his life around. He said it take 1 second of anger and passion to ruin your whole life. He said that's how long it take you to kill somebody. He said now with a woman it's totally different. She think emotional. She'll kill you and think about it later. That's still that 1 second. So you have to be logically thinking at all time from a man's perspective on what you're doing, and you can't let the emotion. When you let the emotions get the best of you, you can forget it, bro. You done.
Oh, it's over.
Because with that, we can look at it a different way. Will slapped Chris Rock, and you see how Chris responded and reacted.
Yeah.
Like you said, where Will responded emotionally. Chris was like, nah, I'm not about to retaliate.
Yeah.
I'm hosting the Oscars. I'm not about to lose my gig because he slapped me. I'm just going to flip it around and be like, wow. What'd he say? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just slapped the shit out of him.
It's like, and, Chris could have dropped the mic and said, bet, let's go.
He could have said some more stuff.
He could have said, exactly. He could have kept going in. He could have, because at that point, Will, you didn't open up a whole can of worms because
that's right.
You slapped me over that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. If I wanted to be petty, okay, I'm going to just keep going in on your wife as much as I want, because now I'm about to be like security, go ahead and kick him out because I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm hosting the Oscars. So now you're going to have to deal with the repercussions of that. But Chris logically kept his cool, did his job, and was like, all right, cool. This will be handled at some point, but not right now because I got a job to do, and let me just do my job. Mm-hmm. And then what threw me off of Will was after he won his award, he was so emotional, and he was so, it's like, bro, you went from
that's the mental health issue.
Or you went from slapping another dude because of what he said to now you crying and it's like you really don't know what you want to do at this point. You just kind of there, and it's just like, okay, so, but yeah, but you know what? I didn't look at it the way that you brought it up, and I'm glad that you said the marriage point of view and the single point of view, because you're right. He could have defended his wife. That was defending my wife's honor. He could have done it a different way, but at the same time, like you said, either way, in the marriage aspect of it, there are certain ways you can handle it.
Not right or wrong.
Right.
Either way it was handled was cool with me. And either way Chris Rock handled was cool with me. If Chris Rock said, hey, Will slap the shit out of me, I'm finna to just do my job and move on. or if you'd have dropped the mic and started throwing hands.
It would have been cool.
Everything is cool. And I guess that's the perspective I always try to tell people, man, listen, bro, when you dealing with a man and his wife, you never know what kind of response you're going to get or reaction, but you better be prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Because you walking into muddy waters that you really don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a little far-fetched because the man, you went far as a married woman, give you your last name, you're going to protect your honor because now she you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, Chris Rock handled it professionally. But I ain't mature like Chris Rock.
I'm about to say, Fred. So
I'm gonna knock Will ass the fuck out. That shit have been over quick.
I'm about to say, so
we been slugging up there. They would have never brought black folks back to the. Like, nah, we can't bring them.
They would just the screen would have just went black. Hey, technical difficulties.
I'm not built. Listen. We done had meetings at the round table plenty of times. Guys and told their stories. And man, listen, bro. I respect you so much. I'm not that mature yet. I'm still working on me. It's certain stuff that I can't put up with as a man. And that's a lot of growth. That's what that's back because these guys tell their stories when we go to round table groups, and they be telling the right shit. You know what I'm saying? They giving it to you the right way, but you still got to meet people where they at. I'm not where he talking about yet.
Right. I'm
trying to get there though. That's why I'm hanging around and talking to him because I want to get there. But I'm telling you, I would have tore that whole fucking place up. You ain't finna slap me and think you finna walk. Man, let me tell you something.
Then he walked back slow, like he just.
Let me tell you something. You see wrestling? I didn't run up on him and keep him back. Oh, boy, let me tell you something. Boy, Will chest been like this fucking for me.
Hey,
he gotta be messed up.
Will hit him and then turned around and walked back
like I did that.
Like, yo, that's me. I said, wow.
I would have knocked Will out right in front of his wife. I hit him back his head. He would have went head first to the floor.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first seen it, I said, that got to be scripted. I was like, that gotta be scripted. Like, there's no way. And then when they really showed the footage, I said, oh, he really did that. Like
even scripted, I can't let you hit me like that.
I said, man.
On national TV in front of all these people?
Nah.
What's gonna go down, dog? Black folks are a little different.
Hey, you know what though? Really, he used the MLK tactic, kind of, because that's what they used to do. They knew that they were going to get filmed, when they came out to beat them. And they was like, we finna let people on national TV see what y'all doing to us, and we ain't finna retaliate. So he was on his MLK right there, Chris Rock was.
Man, listen, I just want Will Smith. I want Tyrese.
Uh-oh.
No, listen, man. These brothers need mental help. You know what I'm saying? They need to get around some solid brothers, and they need some mental help. Those are really... When Will got up and his logic went away and he thought from an emotional standpoint, that's a mental health issue, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because most men ain't built that way, but you allow something to take over you to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? When Tyrese was online talking about, taking care of his kid and, bro, you on the internet. These people going to clown the shit out of you. It's going to get worse.
Is that the one where he's like, what do you want from me?
Bro, go, listen. Go sit down with somebody, therapist, and talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, my therapist was one of the best things I ever did. Mm-hmm. And I still look to go to therapy now just to clear up some of the stuff that I'm confused about, right? But Tyrese went online. He did that. The first thing out of my mind, bro, is listen, this brother is in pain, and he have nobody to speak it out to. And he brought his ass to the judge and jury of the internet, which is going to make it worse. He should have went. I mean, he ain't got no big homies around him, dog. Because even that, his big homie call him like, bro, get your ass offline. Come over here and let's have a drink or something. Let's talk about this shit, man. But don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when I get to a point where I need talking, bro, I go talk to guys in the group. I go talk to my brothers. I go talk to my family. I found the guys that's around me that's been through what I've been through. We connect and figure it out because Avell done probably already been through it. So I'm going to talk to Avell like, hey, I called you the other day about the business.
Yep.
I said, hey, bro, I'm thinking about jumping into it. Tell me what I need to know. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And bro, Tyrese hurt my heart when I seen that, bro. That brother was struggling. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Another brother struggling.
So what we talking about? So if them two brothers struggling, what D Wade doing, man? If them brothers struggling, what now I'm gonna say this. Now I'm gonna say this because I've asked my mom this question, and I've been asked this question because I have a son, and I asked my mom. I said, "Ma, so if," and I have a brother. I have my little brother. I asked my mom. I said, if one of us came to you and said, I don't like women, I like men, or anything of that nature, what would you do? Now, my mom, my mom said, baby, I love you, but we're going to have a sit down, we're going to talk, and we're going to figure this out, but there's going to be some stuff you're just not going to be able to do in the house, around me. Like, that's just, I grew up with my mom. We grew up in church. That, and again, I'm going to say this off top. I have no phobias when it comes to anything like that at all. Like, it doesn't faze me. That doesn't, but again, if it came to my son, and I already know I ain't got to worry about that little joker. That little joker is manly enough at the age of 4. He is manly enough. So I'm not worried about that little joker. But if it came down to it and my son kind of, we would have that conversation and just kind of really figure out what's going on. Because I don't believe you're born that way. You can't say I was born this way. I don't believe it because, again, like I said, I was raised in church. It was never Adam and Steve. It was always Adam and Eve. Right. So I'm not buying I was born this way. I was, ever since I was a little kid, no, I don't believe it. God's not gonna. I don't believe God is going to put anything like that in your head. God gives you the ability to make a choice, and this is the choice that you made for whatever reasons and facts that you got. But you're not about to say, "Oh, I was born this way." Nah.
You got to decipher, break it apart. Huh?
Yeah.
I really think D Wade be living vicariously through his son personally.
Think so?
I do personally, man. I just don't see how, like you said, as a father, how you don't sit your son down and have that deep conversation with him to figure out what he going through, right? So I seen a guy today, right? Both of y'all can answer this question. Where I know you don't have kids, but just think about this question. You got boys and girls, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you rather your son be gay or your daughter thotting?
I don't even want to answer the question. Like, I can't even.
You ain't got to answer the question because you look like old boy did, and I did too. I really had to think about that
because it's kind of like
I really had to think about that.
Like, I don't even want.
I tell you what, my son was gay. I say, son, let's get in the car, go for a ride. We talk a little bit, and then we go to the forest or some park, and I just let him roam free. Go be what you want to be. And I go start over.
That don't work, boy.
It don't work.
Oh, hold on.
That ain't. We not back. You just got him walking in the wilderness like
can go be free, be what you want to be. You don't want to be.
Basically, he said about him out like a stray cat.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
and
like.
I'm going back home, baby. We starting.
You just gonna start over. See, word now back a long.
Hey, that was a joke. That was a joke for the censor.
A long time ago. Word that might have worked back a long time ago, but it ain't working right now. Cause look, you are gonna get an APB. You gonna get dinged. Everything gonna follow you.
But word they gonna cancel you. They gonna have you hanging from the tree, boy. Let me tell you something.
I'll answer it. I just thought about it. It's gonna hurt my heart to say. It's gonna hurt my heart to say. Jesus Christ.
He can't get it out.
Lord Jesus. I hope this don't ever happen, first off. But I would rather my daughters be thoughts And the reason why I say that is this.
Hold on, Abel. Before he answered it, I wanted to circle my answer with what he was going to say.
What did it say?
Tithing.
Yeah. I would rather
Tithing.
I would rather my daughters be tithing, and I say that only because of the fact that I feel like at some point, one, you still, not biblically, but you still doing you with a man, even though unfortunately it might be with multiple. I hate to say it that way, but and I feel like at some point that's gonna stop.
Hopefully.
Right. Hopefully, right.
I know some 50-year-old,
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no, right.
But with my son having to think about him being gay and to think about all of those other, like, just
I know. The imagery just
like
alone.
it throws you off.
like,
So
whoa.
it makes me feel like, nah, I'd rather have my daughters, and I pray that they never turn into that. But I hope that, but that would be my answer to where would I rather have daughters or a gay son?
But let's pose the question to the audience, right? The question is, and give us y'all honest opinion and why. The why should be interesting. Would you prefer your son to be gay or your goddamn daughter thought and jumping on every dick around?
Oh man.
And you know what I'm talking about. Bill, you'd have been in college. You didn't met him.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. Where you go to college, freshman year, she away from her mom and dad the first time.
Out of there.
Let me tell you something. Boy, every man she see, how you doing, beautiful? She on.
Yeah, just like that.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing. So let's not be pretending and being faking and shaking and shit. We know
yeah.
it is.
I mean, shit, man. Yeah, college, outside of college, like just period. Especially when you get outside of college, you got a little money, you can go somewhere, you can travel, you can do whatever. Like, it's just.
Hey, Bill gave an answer. I'm gonna stay away from that answer. I give my answer in the comments once everybody respond to it.
That answer hurt me, by the way. I'm just letting y'all know. That answer hurt me.
Your logic behind the answer made a lot of sense to me, though.
I mean,
that's a good sense.
That'd be the only.
Yeah,
and it hurt me.
that.
You know what hurt me the most? Because remember when I pulled up and I told you about my little one? Like that. That's what my littlest one and my oldest was like that. Like that hurt me to say something like that. Because I'll just be like, I'll be like, nah. Now, see, you know what's about to happen now? Anytime Megan Stallion come on and I see my daughters doing anything like that, cut that out right now.
Yeah.
But you made a great analogy on why you chose that answer. So my answer is going to be the same as Avell with the same reason. Because he gave a hellified reason why.
Yeah, I just can't picture that with my son. Like I would love him, and I'm not, they're my kids, so I'm going to always love them. But that, like I said, my mom said in the beginning, like, it's just gonna be certain things that we just not gonna be able to be around.
Laura Salazar. Neither is not an answer.
Trust me, because that would
you have to pick and choose. I know it's tough, but you got to pick one.
That would have been my answer.
And you need to get a reason why. Everybody can go with neither. I would go with neither too, but like I said, I'm a roll with Vail and his reasoning behind it because it make a lot of logical sense to me, and I'm gonna do it that way too. Even though I wouldn't want, I'm with you on that, Laura, but you got to pick one and reason why. Let me tell you something. When I heard that question, boy, where you gotta.
Yeah, where
you still thinking about it?
No. You can't leave him in the wilderness, though.
I gotta leave him in the wilderness.
Nah, you can't.
So how do we prevent that as men for our sons not to be gay? Because they are pushing gayness so much in Disney, Netflix, these stream, like you see commercials now.
Oh my!
You ready? Boy, we all got to answer that one.
Oh my God!
Let me tell you something.
I just talked to my.
Go ahead, we can end it when it get to me.
I was with my two oldest children and their mom the other evening. We was watching the new Proud Family.
Yeah, I like Proud Family.
I do too.
They be out chain.
They do. And I was watching it, and one of the characters from the old one, he is now gay. Like, his hair is pink, he feminine. Like, you can tell that. I said, is he? And my kid's mom said, yeah.
Like Ashley out Bel Air.
Yeah, like Ashley out Bel Air. But the difference is he's more like Dwayne Wade's son in the sense of pink hair. Exactly. Yeah. And I was sitting there looking like, and I had to refrain from saying, is he gay out loud? Because my daughter was sitting there and she was just like, what comment did she say? She said something that I was just like, well, I'm glad that you think that because that's not what I was talking about. And that's fine. But it was just like they're pushing it so hard now that it's kind of, it's bothersome because it's like, okay, well, if you can't accept it, then you're not a good person. And
or
it's
you're
like,
homophobic.
Yeah, it's like, that's not,
But that goes back to masculinity. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. I ain't no motherfucking homophobe. I just don't like gays.
That's right. That's it.
Let me rephrase that one. It ain't that I don't like gay. I got gay cousin, gay friends. Whatever you want to do is your business. But don't throw that shit over here and think I should accept.
That's right.
The same way I accept you for whatever you are, you accept me for what I am, and that's just be respectful. Like I say, I got gay cousins, friends too. I mean, we ain't going to the club hanging out, but I'm just saying, we respectful. That's what it all is. It's a mutual respect. They understand that we do different shit.
That's right.
And I respect them. And like I said, they'll walk up to me and start communicating with me with no problems. We don't got no problem talking. We can hug and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a mutual respect there on what you want to be and what you're doing and vice versa. And that's how it is. But a lot of them get out of line, don't want to respect. They want to throw their opinion on you.
The word she used was it what she said? Fashionable. The word my daughter used was he's fashionable.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's cute.
Yeah, that was the word my daughter used.
How old is your daughter?
She 8.
That was real nice wordplay, fashionable.
Yeah, she said she said that he is fashionable, and I was just like, okay, sweetie, that's the word you want to use. We're gonna accept it, but that is not what they doing right there.
You ain't lying. I am not built that way. That is not fact.
No, not at all. Like, and so it's crazy because, like you said, you have gay relatives. I have gay and flamboyant relatives. You have gay friends. You know, I have gay friends. And like you said, as long as you don't push that on you.
Just respect each other boundaries.
Right. Like, I can have a conversation with you.
Right. And
we good. Like, my flamboyant cousin, I don't have a problem talking to him. We can talk about everything. I don't care. You know, same with my friends. If they do that, hey, you already know what boundaries to cross. You know where I'm at. You know, just stay over there. We good. Like, I don't have no issues with it. It's
so let me ask y'all this, right? Mm-hmm. So you're okay with it. And we know if you're okay with it and your kids are seeing it, hey, Dad, you're okay with this family member of ours being gay and hanging around us, does the boundary start then? Like, all right, nah, we can't do that. Because if you think I'm okay with that, then you might think it's okay for you just to go out and be all.
That's where I think what Fred was saying, you got to talk to them about it. That's where you have to to pull them to the side. And it can't be a situation where you're showing emotions behind it, like you angry or you just, no, it's got to be a, come here, let's go have a talk, you know, explain to them, hey, this is how X, Y, and Z happens. This is how this happens. And then explain to them, yes, you love that person because they're family, you know, you care about that person. But as a man, if I was speaking to my son, as a man, this isn't the way that we need to go. Like, this is not the way that it was meant to be for you. You know what I'm saying? You have to nip stuff in the bud before it gets growing. Because you're right, kids are curious. They soak up things like a sponge. They see it, and it's like, ooh, I want to do this. Ooh, I want to do that. Ooh, I see him doing this. And it's like you said, they showing it on TV. So it's like, ooh, this is what happens when you, like, and it's like you have to nip it in the bud before it gets to a point of now they experimenting, or now they're thinking, or now certain things, or you starting to see certain things, and it's like, nah.
Big Mike said.
You got an answer for the question?
Big Mike said he'd rather his daughter be a thot, because he said it'd be a hypocrite, because most heterosexual guys in college had a lot of thought ways. Dude said it's way out of line. So this is my theory behind it, and I've always been, and I could tell this story because my kid's mom passed when she was 35. I took over a 6 and 13-year-old daughter. I was a male, right? Living a single life. When I tell you living a single life, I was living a single life. And I'm going to tell you something. Overnight, my life changed. One day, I'm living a single life. The next day, I was moving 2 girls into my house. That fast, right? But I think it goes back to, and I'm going to try to, I'm not a nice person to say shit, so I just like black and white. You know what I'm saying? So I think that to prevent that, it goes back to the male masculinity for one. And I remember I was watching the athlete, Ocho Cinco said some shit that was so profound, and he was so right. He said, we have to teach younger guys how to have dick control, right? And he was right, because, when I look at my life, my struggle, and the shit I went through, I love guys who did it the right way, and I always like to talk to them and ask them, where was it along the line where it clicked in you at 17, 18 years old to be that guy? Because I want to take the knowledge from those guys to give it to the younger guys and tell them. Me and you talk about this all the time, where I always tell you this, bro, don't have kids till you married and ready.
That's right.
I always tell you that. I always preach that to you. Don't do that. Yeah. Because you have to be able to have control on your life, and having multiple kids with multiple women, that just and I'm not gonna knock the guys either. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just knock them, because it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? And like, I seen a guy had 30 fucking kids. I'm trying to figure out that 10th woman, what made you think you was going to be that special? You know what I'm saying? And that's not even emotional, but at some point in time in the black culture, we have to come together and think to ourselves. As women, we have to do better. And as men, we have to do better. In some way, we have to preach that. And one thing about the GRT, when I tell the young guys, I always preach that. You know what I'm saying? I tell them about my struggles and what I went through, how to make themselves better and go through it. And when I say I ain't gonna let women out, I taught my daughters just growing up, right? I don't want to hear you complain about no man as you get older. And I'm gonna tell you why I told them that. And this is what I taught them growing up. No man can be whatever he want to be to you without your permission, right? So you out one day, this is what I taught my daughters, you out one day, meet a guy. Abel, how you doing, Abel? Abel walk up to you, Chastity, how you doing?
How you doing, Chastity?
Right? So you took his name. That's the first permission you gave him to give you his name. And we'll give you that simple, right? He said, hey, do you mind if I talk to you? You gave permission to talk to you. Y'all having a good conversation. You mind if I buy you a drink? No doubt. 3 permissions. Well, Chastity, can I call you later? Took his number for her. Chastity, do you mind if I call you? Can I take you out after talking a few times? That's the 5th permission you gave him, right? Y'all out to the drinks. Now you didn't went to like 2 or 3 dates. Now you gave him 7 permissions to call you. Ain't even talking about the times he called you, to take you out and all that. Now it comes to a date 8. Let's say we on date 8. 8 permission slips. He go in for the kiss, and you let it happen. We on 9 permission slips, right? Let's just say the 10th date, you give him the sex. you gave that man 10 permission slips, right? Before he even had sex with you and you got pregnant and had a baby by a nigga that didn't want you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to do better on both sides. You know what I'm saying? We can't push, and I see that a lot in the black community. Oh, men ain't shit, women ain't shit, this, that. The bottom line ain't none of y'all shit. Go to counseling, work on yourself. I tell people before I met my wife, pray. I wouldn't look for no goddamn wife. If I ain't 35, I ain't thinking about it. So if you have a kid by me, you was crazy shit. We was reckless shit. Most of the time we was out drinking 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and it went down. I wasn't looking to be no father. So hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna handle my responsibility because it's here, but you can move on, right? But when I got to a space where I wanted to be better in life, I prayed to God about what I wanted. Then I went to therapy. And every time God sent me what I prayed for. It wasn't the right woman, but he sent me what I prayed for. That's why I realized when you in prayer, you have to be detailed as shit. I mean, when I say detailed, you have to be very detailed. I was so detailed, my wife, I went to counseling. He helped me fill out some of the gaps that I was missing. And I met my wife out one day, unexpectedly, just hanging out with my cigar group, text cigar group, cigar boys. Out of this place, I'm sitting up on the thing, chilling, minding my business, smoking, and she walked right in. We locked eyes, never unlocked eyes the rest of the night. Guys were trying to holler at her. I said, she take one drink, I never walk up to her and talk to her. The whole night, she never took one drink. And I walked up to her, talked to her, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
But that's how it went down. But you have to take responsibility for your actions. The man has to take responsibility for his actions. You have to be able to meet in the middle for grace. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us perfect. We all done been through some shit. Ain't no way in the hell you can come to me talking about, oh, well, I need this, I deserve this. You don't deserve a motherfucking thing but to get up in the morning and breathe. If you want it, go take your ass to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what men got to lay the law down and stop thinking from an emotional standpoint, because I've never been the type of guy to try to impress a woman, fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go about my day. Either you going to fit in or you ain't. And it's easy to do shit that way as a man, because you need to go about your day to create a level of protection. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be self-defense classes, building a big-ass house that you can protect a woman from. You gotta get protection. You know what I'm saying? You gotta provide for it, so you should be out hustling, doing your shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when that shit come together, you shouldn't be bending for her. She should be able to jump in. You know what I'm saying? And once you jump in, you've been doing the shit you supposed to do. You built this big house, you provide. When she jump in, you already got the foundation laid. Now she comes in and y'all team up. Two is always better than one. Y'all team up, then y'all figure out some more shit. But it's too many guys jumping into it on the back end that don't have their shit right, and the woman cool with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. If the guy had the shit together, he fall off, that don't mean run. You went into it with him for a reason. Help him out. Get back on track. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why women always have a problem with helping a guy out. Because if the dude doing it, he gonna do it. You gonna fall out here and there, but it's okay. You gonna still do it. Now, if you get a dude in fucking West Dallas after trash dump, of course he ain't gonna bounce back. He is who he is. But I understand that, because you can have. I seen a video the other day. This chick, Prime video she was doing. I want to say it was called Boss Mess Millionaire. It was an 18-minute video. The chick was great. She had a documentary. You seen it, man? It's a great documentary, and she talked about her life. You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about that. She said, hey, you can have $1 million a day and lose it all tomorrow and have it back again tomorrow. The next day. She said, money's your problem, you ain't got no problems. She said, but what she learned, she need to connect with people. She need to be who she was. She said when she became who she really was, that's when her growth started becoming. You know what I'm saying? Because she understood, everything else. You got to go watch the video. The Prime video. It was a good movie. She was like, when I got rich, I had the money. Now it was all a class thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got the E350. You know what I'm saying? the S550 come out next year though. Mm-hmm. So guess what, Bill?
You getting the S550?
I got it. It ain't that she get it. She said I had to get that.
You gotta get it.
You know what I'm saying? Because the status that I'm putting on,
you gotta keep it going.
Exactly. It was a lifestyle. She said I had to get the S550. Something else come out, guess what? I had to get rid of that and get that. I had to keep, putting the lifestyle on. And she said she got to a point where she got tired, man. It was a great little 18-minute documentary that I looked at, but it's just like life with men and women. I see it all day on social media, bro. Men talking about what women should do. Women talking about, man, I ain't give a fuck about no woman what she do. Because I'm not a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I only know what to do as a man. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife had a conversation. I was telling her, even as a man taking care of my grown-ass kids when they was growing up, 13 and 6, right? I didn't know, I couldn't teach them, because the conversation the other day was, how can a woman raise a man? And I asked a question with the post, hey, how you going to teach them how to pee? Chicks was really defending that. And what I was basically trying to say is, it was an oxymoron question, really. Because my question was, as a man, how do I teach a woman how to wear high heels? Because I ain't never wore high heels before.
How do you teach you how to be pregnant?
Bro, get you some 3-inch kid heels. Teach them how to wear the heels, you know what I'm saying? And move from there. I'm going to tell you, because even like with my daughters and they mom not being around, my daughter's 13. The shit that went through my head was, wow, she going to have a period. And I have no fucking idea what to do. You know what I'm saying? She can't run her mama because her mama ain't around. You know what I'm saying? She get to about 16, 17, she going to meet some nigga and she going to have sex with him. She ain't going to come to me and talk about that. Who she going to talk to? Right? She going to graduate high school, guess she going to say, dang, I wish my mom was here. And I'm sitting right there in the front pew. I'm going to help her get through college. She going to graduate, guess she going to say again, I wish my mom was here. She going to go get married one day, go shopping for dressing, get what she going to, you know why? Because she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? She want a woman there with her. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that was my son, the situation would be totally different. You know what I'm saying? When he get 13, he little thing get hard, I'm going to tell him what to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When all these girls start coming to him, I'm going to tell him what to do. He going to graduate, he going to be, Dad, I'm proud of you, son. Graduate college, guess what? Man, Dad, I'm proud of you, son. When he get married, because I'm preaching that to him, I'm proud of you, son. That's all he going to hear from me. I'm proud of you, son. When he start having kids, I'm proud of you, son. He get that big promotion, started on business, guess what?
Proud of you, son.
Guess what my son didn't heard from the time he was 6 years old? I'm proud of you, son. You know what that do for his confidence as a man? It makes him want to exceed further.
That's right. Because
I've been there, you know what I'm saying, when my dad was showing up. I want to be the best person I could be for my dad. I didn't want to let him down because I wore his name. And when he said, I'm proud of you, son, that was a great moment for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Made me want to do better. And if you just keep telling your son that and instilling that into him, I'm proud of you, son, I'm proud. It got to come from a man, though. It can't be from your mother. Because I knew my mom was going to be at all my games. And we all know that you can have a person telling you that you love in front of you all day, telling you what's right and wrong, you don't hear the message. But an outsider come in and say the same shit, and you hear it clear as day. That's how your mother is a lot of times. Your mother's going to always support you. But the minute your daddy show up, you say, I'm proud of you, son,
it's a different meaning.
That's from a man's perspective. I'm not talking from a daughter's. A daughter's perspective is different. Daughters need their mothers. They need their fathers too, but they need their mothers to teach them how to be women. But when your son hear, I love you, son, I'm proud of you, bro, that changed my whole attitude. I can tell people to this day, I'm 49 years old, I'll be 50 this year. I could tell him when I was in college played ball, my 2 best games in high school was against Skyline, and when I was in college against East Texas University. And you know who showed up both of them games? My daddy. My daddy. 35 on Skyline High School, 42 on East Texas. 2 high school games I've had in my college career, and he showed up both of them games. I just wanted to hear him say, "Son, I'm proud of you." That's how sons are. They are competitive. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they proudful. So they want their father to say, "Hey, I'm proud of you, son." And when they hear that, it just make you go to another level, bro, as a man. Because shit, the one man that you admire the most, your father, the way it should be anyway, just told you, "Son, I love you, I'm proud of you." And you hear that shit constantly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Throughout your whole lifetime. That makes a man. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so imperative that we have to have men involved in kids' lives. And you know what? When I'm thinking about it, it was on my notes. Let me go back to it. Shout out to Marvin Duckett. I seen he jumped on here earlier. And Tim Jackson. Those are the Gentlemen's Roundtable 2 mentoring groups that we deal with. Tarrant County is Marvin Duckett, and in Dallas, Texas is Tim Jackson. And I love Tim Jackson because his mentoring group is all boys. Tarrant County is boys and girls. But Tim's mentoring group is from 13 to 18. And I talked to Tim when I first started. That's how I first started Tim. I met him, told him about the round table. He told him in the mentoring group. I told him I wanted to get behind. Are we looking for mentoring groups? I went to Redbird Gym to visit his mentoring group and set in, right? And this one I knew I was going to support him with everything I had. He said, in order to be a mentor in this real youth mentoring group, the boys had to be 13, 18, but as a man, you had to be consistently a mentor for 6 months. He said, because these boys used to men coming in and out of their lives. You had to show consistency. We talked about that. I was done. We were so been with the real youth mentoring. We support them to the fullest. We've given them scholarships and everything. Tim Jackson's my guy. I support him all the way with real youth mentoring. You got a kid from 13 to 18, send him over there. He teaching financial literacy. He got a seminar coming up. God damn, he got a seminar this weekend. Get your Eventbrite tickets this weekend. He teaching young boys how to start trucking companies. He got a guest coming in to teach young boys how to do trucking companies. That's when you making it. And that's why we support Tim Jackson. He doing, listen, I hear a lot of niggas talk shit, but have nothing behind it. Bro, this is how I think when you motherfuckers be coming up to me talking shit with nothing behind y'all shit. Bro, if as black men, like I say, my whole thing is stand up code. God came up to me one day, was talking about doing some male mentorship for kids. And I asked him, are you part of the round table? He said, man, I am not really a full-fledged member. I just, digging that in here. Tim Jackson already does that. Stop trying to reinvent the fucking wheel. If you got somebody doing it, get behind them and make it bigger. I don't know why in the black community everybody want to be the motherfucking chief. You know what I'm saying? Stop fucking being the chief. Sometimes you just have to get behind people that's already got it going. You know why? Because if they got it going, it's something in them that make them kick that shit off, and it's something your sorry ass made you not. So they're going to be more passionate about it. They're going to get it right. I see it every day in my wife. Miss Teen Excellent. Motherfucker call her all the time. How can I help? You can't. We already got this shit done. What you can do is go buy a ticket and support these girls. Mm-hmm. It's right. That simple. Right. Quit trying to fucking reinvent the wheel. You got something?
That's how you help right there.
You got something word?
No,
Okay, gotcha, bro. I got a little passion about that side. I'm gonna scale it back, man. I got my co-host over here, hey, man. But I'm just saying, bro. In the black community, we gotta stop. I looked at a fucking documentary the other day called "Contradiction," bro. Now let me ask both of y'all a question. Mm-hmm. How many black churches do you think it is in the U.S.?
1 million.
I don't know.
It should be a real number. How many do you think it should be?
And you said in the U.S.?
Yeah.
U.S.
I say probably like 3,000. 3,000.
I'll probably say about 700, 800.
All right, cool. Go look at this show called Contradiction. It's on Prime Video, bro. Why the fuck we got 85,000 motherfucking black churches?
Wow. Wow.
85,000, bro. Listen, we can go on one block. It's 5 fucking churches.
That's right.
Close 4 of them motherfuckers down and get behind a Bell church, bro. Y'all got 5 members in every last one. We got 25 in Hills. We can do more with 25 than 5.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to learn how to do in the community, bro. Stop trying to be the head and do this and that. Bro, get behind the passion of somebody that's doing it. Because somebody who got the passion that's already doing it, they already got full steam ahead. They got already what they doing. How can you support it? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Tim Jackson Mentoring Group, Real Youth Mentoring, we just try to ask, how can we help you out with the round table? And Tim can ask you. Whenever he needs something, the round table is always first in line. Marvin Duckett, Tarrant County, got his mentoring group. Guess what? Supported to the fullest. We don't have to go get a fucking mentoring group. Only thing we got to do is support. They already got it in place.
That's right.
That's what I want us to stop doing is running off the goddamn hills and jumping. I'm going to make some shit up and create it when Word already got it made up. Why I got to be a fucking videographer and you already doing the work? Mm-hmm. Even though if that's your passion, go for it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a hard word. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Hard help is easy help because then the only thing you have to do is tell a motherfucker what to do. And that's the easier job than trying to create jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm saying, nah, we so far behind because we think so far off. We got to stop thinking about being a goddamn king all the time and being the chief. And sometimes you got to be the Indian. When it's time for you to be the chief, be the chief. But most of the time, you're going to be the fucking Indian. Just help the cause, man.
Help the cause.
That's it. You get more done just helping the cause.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I know I ran off a little bit. Go ahead, man.
Listen, like I said at the beginning, I take what is given.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Like Word said, if they talk to you, just shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen. I mean, you're right. A lot of times we do run off and try to be, the big thing is I'm a king. That's cool. You can be a king in certain situations. And like you said, you can be a chief in certain situations. When you at the household, chief, king, you there. But when you out with a group of guys and they already got something set up, perfect example, and then we can stop. The cabin trip. You set it up. You tell us what we need to do. When we was driving down there. We done passed the store 3 or 4 times. Hey, Deuce, you and Vail, we need y'all to go get. Come on, all right, yeah, okay, let's go. Turn back around. Oh, we need to go do. Turn back around. Like, okay, cool. Why? Because it's the benefit of the group. At that point, we needed X, Y, and Z for the group. Might as well go ahead and I'm already out. Y'all already there. You call us. Hey, can y'all stop and do this? Cool. We could have said no, but what benefit does that do for anybody? Nothing.
Right.
So, I mean, just got to know when to lead, when to follow, and go from there.
Play your part.
And we're going to leave you on the words of Brother Abel. He said some shit in that last sentence. In the black community, you got to ask yourself, what can I do and what am I doing to benefit the group?
Yeah.
That's all you got to ask yourself. once you ask yourself that and correctively can answer that, you know you got the house Negroes think they done made a little money, they good. You can't benefit the group at all. But if you need to ask yourself, how can I benefit the group? And once you can ask yourself that, you are golden. I kicked a nigga out the GRT for the first time in history. You know why? Because the question Avell just asked him, he was not a benefit to the group, and he wanted to argue that fact, bro. You bring no benefit to the group. The group ain't made for everybody. Yes, we want to be men and stick together, but how can you benefit the group in what way? If you can't benefit the group, that's just like having a motherfucking kid in the way. You just like a third wheel. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, you're wasting time.
So how can you? The question of the night, outside of the D-Wade question, we're gonna leave y'all with these two questions to answer and give us some response back. Would you have your son? Would you rather your son be gay or your daughter thotting and jumping on every dang line it is? And how can you personally benefit the group? And when we say the group, we talking about the black culture. How do you benefit the group? And when I say the group, I got to understand this because this is what I had to break down to a guy on the round table. When I say the group, that means whatever I'm doing can be it can benefit anybody that's of our descent, black. Just like the round table. When we talk about the round table group, whatever I post in the group, it benefits all 1,000 members that we have. If I'm posting it can't benefit everybody, it might not be beneficial in some form or fashion. So, hey, it is what it is. So, hey, glad to be back with the GRT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be back next Wednesday. Word?
Next one, probably the Wednesday after.
All right, we're gonna be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
7:00, GRT style. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them where they can find us, Fred, if they're trying to get on.
You know what? You can find if you trying to black males only. Please, black women, stop fucking sending us invites. Goddamn, that's getting ridiculous. But black men, you can hit us up on Facebook, Gentlemen's Round Table, Instagram, Round Tables Gentlemen. If you want to be part of the group me, you can text me your number. I'll put you in a group me where brothers receive text messages and all the time. You can email us at gentlemensroundtable@gmail.com. And what's our YouTube channel, right? Gentlemen's Round Table. Gentlemen's Round Table. Kids on YouTube, baby. Big word to upload this video sometime when you get a chance. So, hey, like I say, Gentlemen's Round Table right here, baby. We uplift, try to make men better brothers,
That's right.
fathers, husbands, friends, fiancés to move our community further. So, hey, good y'all. The people that stayed on with us, Ms. Marva Styles Rose, good to see you. That's one of my old college roommates. Kirk Black, Deuce, Gentlemen's Round Table on YouTube, Deuce said. Gary Chalk, good to see you. He said, knowledge of self. Once a man is secure and honest with himself, he can and will lead as he should. Good shit, Gary. Gary always a good, solid, smart brother, man. So, big word. You want to take us out, man? You got something to say? You got some music?
No music, but again, y'all, once again, we back. We'll be here for any questions that y'all have, any polls that y'all have, anything y'all want to know about the culture. And don't forget to get an opportunity to check out the pageant that Brittany, Fred's wife, is doing May 1st, and y'all can donate and be sponsors for those young black women who are going to be outstanding citizens in this community.
That's some good shit. We're at MissTeenExcellence.com. Go purchase your tickets. Got mine already. And I know a lot of y'all said, that's your damn wife. It don't matter. I still send her a $500 sponsorship donation because that is my wife. Just to show I'm supporting her. We got a message on here from Vincent Carey before we left. He said, thoughts on men paying bills or 50-50 split? 2 weeks. catch us. We gonna talk about
I
it.
like how you did that.
All right, we out, man. Good to see y'all. Peace.